You are 24 years old. You will work 85 hours this week.
I can't keep doing this.
You will be paid $190,000 in base salary and $60,000 in bonus, which sounds like a fortune until you calculate your effective hourly rate. The people you work for will earn, on a single deal you are currently modeling, somewhere between 50 and 200 times what you earn in an entire year. You know this. You accepted the job anyway. Because at 34, you want to be them. And this is the only road in. Level 1. The Analyst. Years 1 to 2. The Model Factory. Your job is to build 3-statement financial models: income statement, balance sheet, cash flow statement, integrated and stress-tested across multiple scenarios. You model the target company's EBITDA trajectory under the base case, the upside case, and the downside case. You model the leveraged capital structure, the senior secured term loan, the revolving credit facility, the second lien debt, and in some transactions, mezzanine financing or payment-in-kind notes that compound the debt burden if the portfolio company underperforms. You perform a leveraged buyout analysis, the LBO model, that calculates the equity return profile across a range of entry multiples, exit multiples, and EBITDA growth assumptions. The output, the multiple on invested capital and the internal rate of return at exit. A 3.0x MOIC in 5 years is approximately a 25% IRR. A 2.0x MOIC in 5 years is approximately a 15% IRR. The difference between them is not just a number. It is the difference between a fund that raises a successor and a fund that closes quietly. The deal you are modeling right now has a $240 million enterprise value. The fund is putting in $80 million of equity. The remaining $160 million is leveraged debt, 6.7 times EBITDA, provided by a consortium of leveraged loan lenders at SOFR plus 450 basis points. If the company's EBITDA declines more than 20% during the hold period, it will breach its debt covenants. A covenant breach does not immediately mean bankruptcy, but it opens a negotiation with lenders that the general partners would very much prefer not to have. You will not understand the full implications of this until year 3. Level 2. The Associate. Years 3 to 5. Deal ownership begins. You are 27. You've been promoted to Associate. The change is not ceremonial. You now own the deal process, not the investment decision, but the execution. You coordinate the due diligence workstreams, financial quality of earnings analysis performed by an accounting firm, legal due diligence conducted by outside counsel, commercial due diligence from a management consulting firm, IT infrastructure assessment, and insurance review. You manage 9 external advisors simultaneously while maintaining your model, updating the investment committee memo, and interfacing with the management team of the target company. You also begin originating deals, sourcing potential acquisition candidates through your network of investment bankers, management consultants, and executives in your target sectors. The fund deploys capital through 2 channels: sponsored auctions, competitive processes run by investment banks where multiple PE firms bid for the same company, and proprietary sourcing, where the firm identifies and approaches companies before a formal sale process begins. Proprietary deals typically trade at lower entry multiples. Lower entry multiples drive higher MOIC at exit. Origination is the alpha in private equity. If you've ever wondered why the highest earners in finance are in private equity, the answer is about to become very clear. Hit the like button, subscribe, and keep watching. The carried interest structure we're about to explain is the reason the best talent in finance migrates in one direction. Level 3. The Vice President. Years 6 to 8. Managing the portfolio. You are now a VP. You sit on the boards of 3 portfolio companies. You attend quarterly board meetings, review management KPIs, assess capital allocation decisions, and when necessary, make the difficult recommendation to replace an underperforming CEO. Portfolio management, not deal-making, is where PE firms lose the most money. Companies that look attractive at the entry underwriting can deteriorate through operational missteps, market headwinds, or management failures that no due diligence process fully anticipates. You develop a differentiated skill, the ability to separate management quality from market quality. A company can perform poorly in a bad market with a good management team, and be worth holding or adding to. A company can generate modest results in a favorable market with a mediocre management team and be worth exiting before the market turns. The returns in private equity are not primarily driven by financial engineering. They are driven by the ability to correctly diagnose which of those two situations you are in. Level 4. The Principal. Years 9 to 12. Investment Committee Authority. You are 35. You vote on the Investment Committee. Your voice carries weight in fund deployment decisions. The fund manages $3.8 billion in AUM across 2 active funds and a continuation vehicle holding legacy portfolio positions. Your annual carried interest distributions, a pro rata share of the fund's realized profits above the preferred return hurdle, have begun. Last year, $1.4 million. The year before, $800,000. This year, with 2 large exits expected in Q3, you expect $3.2 million in carry distributions. The carried interest is taxed at the long-term capital gains rate, currently 20%, plus the 3.8% net investment income tax for high earners, for an effective federal rate of 23.8% on carry income. This rate is significantly below the 37% ordinary income rate applicable to salary and bonus. The tax treatment of carried interest has been a subject of political debate for decades. It remains unchanged. The industry has ensured this with considerable effectiveness. Level 5. The Managing Partner. Year 15 plus. Running the firm. You are 43. You are a managing partner. You do not analyze companies anymore. You allocate capital, manage the firm's LP relationships, hire investment professionals, and decide the firm's strategic direction. The fund you are currently raising, Fund 6, has a $5 billion target. You have $3.2 billion in commitments from existing LPs and $600 million in interest from new institutional investors. The economics of the managing partner position. Your management fee income at 1.5% of $5 billion is $75 million per year, before performance. Your share of the firm's carried interest, assuming 20% carry on a fund that returns 2.0x net, is approximately $200 million over the fund's life. You will not see most of it for 8 to 12 years. Private equity is an industry that defers gratification at every level. The junior analyst defers for a promotion. The associate defers for carry. The managing partner defers for the final distribution. The entire industry is built on the willingness to wait. Private equity creates wealth at the institutional level. But some of the most dramatic wealth destruction in financial history has also come from private equity. Not from bad deals, but from families and institutions that received the distributions and had no system for what came next. The next video is the one that people send to their relatives when the family business sells. What actually happens when a family suddenly has generational wealth, and what goes wrong when they are not prepared for it?